Now presenting comedian
Geraldo.
It's the best of the worst of the comics on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, that's right. Geraldo was going to be a lawyer. I fucking forgot.
Yeah. I went to law school. I remember reading about hot chicks being only allowed to get paid $500.
Sure.
Now, when did you realize you didn't want to be a lawyer?
The minute I took the fucking law school test, in 1990. I graduated in 1990, and I knew right away that this wasn't going to happen. But then I was like locked in. What was I going to do?
Right.
That's a lot of time to put in. And
that was a lot of time. And then, I ended up quitting. I quit, and I started doing stand-up, and I was living in this shitty welfare hotel on 32nd Street that my friend was renovating, and I was living there for like 8 months. And then I got a deal to do a sitcom based on me being a lawyer. So, I took that deal money and paid back all those. It was like this whole full circle bullshit, where the only reason to go to law school in the first place is to get the paper so you can become a lawyer. You don't learn how to be a lawyer. So, and then I also started handling a lot of murder cases.
And losing.
Where'd you go to law school?
Harvard. Do you know who I actually represented?
Wait. You can't just casually say that. I knew the answer, but I wasn't 100% sure. Harvard Law School?
Yeah.
Geraldo's a smart fuck.
But you certainly can't tell now, but at the time...
Harvard Law?
Yeah, it was weird.
And
you know the only legal case, I took all that Harvard learning, and you know what I used was fucking Jeff Ross, the comedian, got busted because he was doing some college gig way out in Long Island, and it was with Red Johnny and the Round Guy, and some kid in the audience was waving this plastic fake gun around, and I guess it was a very realistic looking fake gun, so Jeff Ross grabbed it from him, and they started fucking around with the gun, and they ended up getting tackled by security and take it in. And, it was supposed to be a clear, cut and dry menace. Whatever, it was just going to be go in. And I'd never done anything in a courtroom ever, but I knew a guy who was a DA in Long Island. I told Jeff, I'll go out with you. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, no.
We go out there, they have a picture of the gun, and the thing looks like a gun, so they put it into the fucking weapons charge category. And so I'm like,
it's getting a little too heavy.
They called me to the front. I'm like, I have no idea. I thought we were just going to say guilty. And I go, well, you can't plead guilty, sir. That's a 2-year charge.
Oh, Jesus. You could have put him in jail, right there.
Jeff Ross, if knowing Jeff like I know now, I would have fucking put him away for sure.
Oh.
But at the time,
wait, because he was waving around now.
Yeah,
the gun charge.
Yeah, because on the picture, when they show they were the person that I knew was like a fucking 2-year DA, and they were allowed to dismiss these things. They're like, just come down, it'll be no big deal. You don't even need a lawyer. But I said, I'll take him down
just in case.
So we went down there, and then the judge just called us over, and that person was not authorized to let it go, so it got bumped up to the gun charge division or whatever. And so we had to plead. I had to plead. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Plead, I have no idea.
plead retarded.
I had to plead. I said, Your Honor, I was just telling dick jokes on a milk crate last night. I have really not the guy to be settling this legal issue. And we had to go back out. And then Jeff even wanted to plead guilty just to get it over with because they told him it'd probably be probation.
That's a great idea.
But so we ended up, I think, having to get a real lawyer and come back about a month later.
And obviously, well, he was it wasn't even his fake gun, right?
Wasn't even his fake gun. No, it was. But for whatever. Oh, and his co-defendant had a record. That was the other problem.
Oh, great.
The other kid that he was fucking around with, the kid had gone to jail for something.
But they know Jeff was a comedian, and they knew the context of what happened.
Yeah, they knew it, but. I mean, he did. He ended up not doing any kind of hard time, but just they couldn't, for whatever reason, when you have a gun that looks like a gun and it's in the file, the kid 2 months out of law school can't just clear it. They got to go through some superior or something.
Oh, that is
amazing. I handled that, and
wow.
And I handled the Vince Champ rape case. I don't know if you remember.
What is that?
It's some other comic.
Oh, it's just.
What is that about?
Serial rapist.
Huh?
A serial rapist.
Yeah, he was a comedian. This guy was a comic, and he was traveling around, and he was raping. You're like, oh, this guy's out there raping all the college kids. Like, well, that's what we all do, And they're like, no, I mean physically raping them. He's actually raping them.
He was a comic, and after his show, he was actually a rapist from town to town?
Yeah, he was traveling around from town to town. He's still in jail, I think. He got 25 years. He got a long time.
And you guys knew him pretty well?
I never met Vince Champ. But it was funny when it was all happening. They kept showing this Evening at the Improv clip. Some awful clip. Yeah, well, them peanuts. How am I going to stay full with them peanuts?
Wait, I want to slow this down a little bit. So a guy who's making people laugh from town to town after the show is a predator, raping women. Boy, he got caught. hopefully one of our guys is getting something on Vince Champ. I mean, I don't know.
A comic's pretty good cover for a rapist. So
yeah,
you're all over the place.
You travel around, you have reason to be someplace. You're probably coming close to raping people anyway. So it's...
I think what he would say is, could you pray for me at the end of it? He would ask him to pray for him. This is what I heard. And it somehow got connected on the internet, like somebody quoted that and said, I think I was raped by this same guy. Because he asked me to pray for, and I don't remember exactly how the description of the car, but then they connected him through that, and his college schedules would kill him because they knew exactly where he was.
Yeah, where he was.
And what a coincidence.
When someone's got to call Roger Paul for your some national booker to go through your book. Wait a minute.
I think we got a rapist.
He did a lot of colleges, though. I mean, he obviously...
Yeah, well...
That's what bummed me out the most.
And you did his case for real? You just
no, I'm kidding.
Okay,
that would have been a hell of
a
step up.
Serial murder.
I don't know if they're helping comics here and there. Who knows?
No, yeah.
Was he black, someone's asking?
Hopefully.
Yes, he was.
He was a black guy?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know why they're asking, but he came in.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's still in jail. Like 20, 25 years. It was like multiple counts. All
he was a bad boy.
Wow.
Yeah, he was naughty. I mean,
he was naughty for sure.
He really was a fresh one. Face was fresh.
He was a ne'er-do-well if ever there was one.
How,
what happened?
I don't know how, when did that happen, Greg? That's like 8 years ago, right?
At least 8 years
He'll probably
ago.
be out soon, I mean.
Ugh.
Can't find anything on him?
You sound surprised that he was doing colleges.
How about in
That's like, why wouldn't you? If you're a serial rapist. That's going to do the old age homes, you know?
Hey, did someone saying Ronnie knew the rapist?
Oh, sure he did. Sure he did.
Oh, yeah?
Can we get Ronnie on the phone?
Hey, Ronnie.
We haven't had him on the air in a while. Good to see if he's up yet.
Vince Champ rape.
Vince Champ rape?
Not comics. Vince Champ in quotes. I'll slap your face. Vince Champ in quotes and then rape.
All right, let's try that out.
Young fucking stupid hawk doesn't know how to Google. There's nothing on him.
Oh. You just had it, I thought.
Oh.
Don't scream at me.
Just make like you're Googling mayonnaise. But just put in Vince Champ.
Vince Champ, the comic / serial rapist.
Yeah.
Comic / serial rapist.
Great bio.
You gotta have a hook. You gotta have a hook.
Yeah.
Inside the rapist studio.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, we're trying to find more info, obviously.
That's a good story.
And he wasn't even like, it wasn't even just like a sexual predator, like just a scumbag that would like, date rape. I mean, it's bad enough. I mean, he was like hide in the bushes, jump out into
just random people, kind of
hiding under cars.
Yeah,
and
there was one case. I think he went into a music rehearsal room and hid behind a piano for like an hour.
My God!
Yeah, it was the real deal.
And he was a comic on top of that.
But he was hilarious, though.
He was really good.
Let's say hi to Jeff in Illinois. Jeff.
Hey, Greg Giraldo, how you doing this morning?
Good. How you doing?
All right, man. I just wanted to give you props. I watched that Comedy Central Flavor Flav roast the other night. And I'd always heard it on the radio, but when I saw it and I saw the look that Carrot Top was giving you when you started busting his chops.
Yeah.
It looked like he wanted to come across the stage and choke the shit out of you.
Yeah, he was shocking. He was like shockingly upset. Did you see?
Yeah.
You can tell he was upset.
Man, it's bad enough when any normal civilian gets like blown away at the tone of a roast, but when a comedian is sitting there like, you didn't think this shit was gonna come up?
Yeah.
I mean, why do you make me feel bad about doing my own job?
And it is like it's like Carrot Top it's your Carrot Top. It's like, why wouldn't you get goofed on it?
Of course,
you have to.
I even told because he's a very nice guy. I even told him before. I said, some of these things are gonna get. I said, I got a lot of stuff on you. You're gonna hear a lot about yourself. I'm sure.
How'd you know he objected?
Because he looked like literally.
You could tell on the
because
show.
If it wasn't for the surgery that had sealed his tear ducts shut, he would have started crying. Like he literally, he got very upset.
Well, let's say hi to John Jersey. He's saying the same thing. John, go ahead.
Dude, I watched it last night. I've got it on my iPhone even. But when he starts his set, man, it was like he was all pissed off. Like you could tell he was derailed by it until he went to his prop trunk.
Yeah. Well, the other thing he kept saying, because he was like sort of right next to me, and at one point he's like, what are these guys, making fun of me? They're all these fat, bald guys. Why are they making fun of me for being in shape and looking good? I thought, are you a child?
wow.
Are you a professional comedian? Are you a child?
Exactly.
You're right. You're more muscular than some of us.
Yeah, but he has all sorts of other things going on. Doesn't he have like permanent mascara on and
Yeah,
stuff
he's
like
got
that?
all kinds of.
Your name is Carrot Top. You're fucking.
It's a miracle he got away as easy as he did. I thought.
Yeah. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, Greg, I know you can throw me down, but you're starting to look like a fat, stuttering John Melendez a little bit on that special.
That's rough.
I'll punch you out before you take me down.
Yeah, well, that does hurt on a number of levels, but
Holy shit.
I agree with you.
Look at that picture of Carrot Top that Iraq just popped up.
I think he finally had it with people making fun of him.
The guy's ridiculous.
That's what
that's
is going on with this guy. Look at him. He's fucking ripped.
Yeah, he's totally jacked
Well,
up.
He wasn't like that when he first started out in the business,
that's
right?
also roids and shit. That's not just normal weight.
That's
He's
it.
done bad.
It has to be roids. You
Yes,
can't get like that.
He has that V.
Yeah,
Goes down to the cock.
yeah, the old cock muscle.
Carrot Top. Dennis from the Bunny Ranch said Carrot Top goes, he fucks a lot of broads in the ranch. He's a pig, man.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Love that.
We're gonna have him on soon, I think.
I
We'll
hope
have to
so.
talk
We
to
should.
him.
You know, the best
Hopefully
thing,
he'll talk about that stuff.
The thing is, when you're Carrot Top and you're upset, you know, like you storm out of a gig and you're pissed off, and that's it. But I saw him the next morning in the hotel waiting for his car, and he's all angry. He's desperate to get out of town, but he's got 3 fucking giant steamer trucks
Full of his props.
You can't just bolt out. You're like loading up.
I got to load in and out here. Here's what you had to say about Carrot Top.
God, you are a big, ghoulish woman. I'm talking to you, Carrot Top. Jesus. What happened to your face? You look retarded. How did you do that? How did you find a plastic surgeon who could add a chromosome?
That is really...
That's great. I think what hurt him
He wasn't happy.
It wasn't the lines. It was the immediate laugh of recognition from 1,000 people. Like,
Yeah,
you do!
Yep.
Yeah, they always do seem surprised sometimes at the crowd, because I think they just lose their mind, especially like because he does Vegas all the time, so he's in the same venue night after night, just being a giant star. And the fact that anyone would turn on him even a little, he did look like he was going to cry.
Yeah. If that would have bombed, he'd have been all happy.
Right, fine.
Like,
He
yeah,
was-
look,
I
he
look
threw,
great.
He threw it out, and no one bit because they all think I look great.
I think
but
also,
they're all
like,
laughing.
anybody that starts lifting weights a lot, like something happens in your head where you really forget that doesn't necessarily, nobody gives a shit. That it doesn't, like, you know, in his mind, it's like, but I'm jacked up. Like, exactly.
Yeah, he's gone way past the point
Yeah,
of just,
nobody gives a shit.
I want to be healthy.
You might want to lose a little double chin. You know?
That's to the point of, you have some kind of inner turmoil
Yes,
that is
something
coming
bad's
out in
happening.
your muscles.
When you're trying to get a shredded taint muscle, you push it.
Well, you know what it is when you
Yeah, lifting a little weights just to kind of feel good about yourself is one thing, but you're right. When you're working on...
He's a really cool guy. That thing's
When you're
very
working on
pleasant.
that obscure, like, side muscle, yeah, then there's issues there.
You know what it is when you make fun of him, you upset the apple cart.
Yes, you don't want to upset the apple cart.
Easy on the language,
All right,
Jim.
listen, we got a break. Greg Giraldo, Gotham Comedy Club, tonight through Sunday. You sticking around?
If you let me, sure,
Yeah, of
man.
course.
Sure.
All right.
I'll stick around, get coffee, whatever you guys need.
Someone get Greg coffee.
Want me to
Somebody
dust
go
up? No, I mean, I'll get it for you, is what I meant.
Oh, no, don't be
No,
foolish.
for you, Jim, just for you.
Giraldo, we don't have to tell you, he's really, really funny.
Greg is a really
I
funny
love his
stand-up.
stand-up. Hey, we got the great Ronnie B on the line here. Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Hey, Ron.
How are you,
Mr.
bud?
Pennington.
What do you say, boys?
Well, we started talking about Vince Champ, and someone said you might know this guy.
I know him very well. I knew him, of course, years ago. And it was a very, very weird story because he was a guy that, like, everybody liked. He was the last guy anybody thought would have been involved in something like this.
Yeah,
And,
if you weren't listening earlier, Vince, a stand-up comic, touring a lot of colleges, and after his set, pretty much was a predator and possible. Well, I guess he went to jail for it, so he was caught raping women.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did go to jail for it. And here was the thing: if we were making a movie about Vince, Black Girl would be playing the part of Vince Champ. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Vince
the
was
black guy
incompetent?
who comfortably moved in and out of white society. And believe it, everybody liked him. He was everybody's best friend. Nobody could say enough good things about him.
I wouldn't say everyone liked him there, Ronnie.
Well,
There are probably a couple of girls in some of his towns that he visited.
He was so likable that even these girls to this day can barely bring themselves to say something bad.
I'm sure his
I would say
percentage
that
is way up there, but I wouldn't say everybody.
When
He
this
was one of the
happened,
sweetest rapists.
in all honesty, it's true, because when this happened, everybody who knew him immediately said, this is some kind of Midwestern, let's grab the first black guy we could find. Nobody that knew him fell for this. A, he had the nicest demeanor. B, he left with a different white girl every night. So
he was getting laid.
It's not. It's like when those people were saying rape isn't about sex. It must be true because he had sex all the time. He always had women.
Hey, Ron, how did he finally get caught? I mean, I read something about it was he had some weird ritualistic thing he would say after each rape, and someone connected it on the net?
Well, what happened was this, and it was actually like before the net got big, or just right about the time, so it was like, it was like that era where like you wouldn't put together things as quickly or couldn't get information as quickly. But after he raped them, he had them pray with him. He was wearing like a ski mask. They had to pray, but the way that they basically found him is so many of these rapes were taking place in these like little colleges in, you know, towns in like Nebraska or someplace out there where they didn't have black people. And the cops finally got his calendar. his fucking calendar that he had showed every night, everywhere that he was on his tour.
That's good evidence.
Perfectly.
But, Rob, what made them suspect him? Do you know?
They were going, how could there be a black guy in this town? What? You know, town? Because these are like little, you know, Midwestern Bible colleges. You know, these weren't taking place at like the University of Kansas. These would be like little towns you never even heard of before. And they're going, how could a black guy be here? Did he drive in? Did he? And then they start putting together. Well, you know, remember that was comedy night. Comedy night we had that night, and it's fucking just I mean, it was the worst, stupidest thing that, you know, crime that you could have done when you're the black guy.
How many women did he rape?
You know, I don't remember the whole thing, but it literally was a string. I mean, I remember it made all the news stories and shit like that, so it was a big enough thing that it got out there as, you know, making the news.
Man.
So it was... You know, when you get called serial, you've been doing it for a little while.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know.
Man.
I guess they tied it back to, you know, he had some strict upbringing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
That whole pray with me thing is so, like, weird.
Yeah.
You rape a woman and then you pray with me.
That's some bullshit.
Like this happened to both of us. You know,
Yeah.
Instead of going and cleaning up and trying to put this out of your mind, now get on your knees next to me.
Yeah.
I'll pray. You're not going to be going to the hospital for a rape kit.
Yeah, because now I need comfort, not you. Yeah.
But
Jesus.
I swear to God, you would have said later, like, if you didn't know the truth, you would have went on the fucking stand for the guy and said this could never have happened.
That's amazing. Was he a funny guy?
No, he was fucking terrible. But, you know, he was black and he was nice to people. You know, like, hey, how's everyone doing? I know, I'm the only black guy. You know, he would really lean on that. I'm the only black guy, so the fucking, you know, normal people would just giggle and go on and, you know, feel like, oh, this is relaxing. You know, he would do like little self-depreciating black guy jokes, and you know how people love that.
Oh, yeah.
And later he would rape them. Start screaming out, now who's laughing? Now what's the fucking joke?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Fucking funny.
They're great.
So, Ronnie, you knew him for a long time? Or like, because Geraldo's in studio.
Yeah, I knew
He
him
and Ronnie
for
on the
years.
Comedy Club.
Yeah, I knew him for a lot of years, and, you know, never a problem, real professional guy, used to help the other comics get into different clubs around the country, everybody, but nothing but good things about the guy. You
How long did he
fucking have no idea who people are.
How long did he get, you know?
I know it was like, decades. I don't know if they kept him all that long. This had to be over about 10 years now.
So he's probably still in jail.
Yeah, he should be. I mean,
Wow.
I can't imagine ever feeling fucking safe around the guy again. Because, how are you going to rehabilitate him when nobody saw it happening? It's not like he was running through town fucking frothing at the mouth.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, wonder if he's working on his act.
I know.
In jail.
Because that would be a good hook. Nowadays, that really would work.
Yeah. Redeemed rapist, having 20 minutes.
Rapist.
With all the time he has, he should come out as the greatest comic ever.
The greatest comic rapist in the history of mankind.
This was honestly he was trying to be like the black Brian Regan. Like, if you know how you would never believe
Wow.
he did anything wrong.
Well, Regan's got his dark side.
We all know that.
Boy, I'd love to talk about some nights out with Regan.
Oh, Regan could go nuts. I've seen him once have 2 Amstel lights.
Is that it? I remember walking out of a bar, and it was daylight out, and we had just been drinking all night long, and he was hysterical, but it was nothing he would ever do on stage. I love the guy.
Hey, Ron, you interviewed Regan for Unmasked, didn't you?
Yeah, just recently, and here was the weird thing. We invited the audience in from BrianRegan.com, and
Yeah.
you know how, Brian could come into any of your events, and everybody loves him and all. His fans, his real fans, you guys would be shocked of what they look like. It's such a
They're all black.
social thing. It's the scariest thing you've ever seen. They're the whitest, calmest people in history.
Really?
Yeah. It
how are
literally threw me.
How are they taking the interview and stuff? Were they getting offended?
They thought everything was wonderful. Thank you
Oh,
so
good.
much. I'm not even kidding you. They brought their children.
Oh, God.
Wow.
How great would it be to hear?
They brought their kids in a covered dish here.
Hold on, we got James. Oh,
It would be great, though, if he's being interviewed with Ron and he's like, the problem is the Jew.
The Jews. They run this business, Ronnie.
Hey, we got Jay Moore on the line, too. We got Ronnie, and now we got Jay Moore. What's up, Jay?
I just wanted Ron Bennington to know that I'm calling Opie.
Yeah.
I get you guys back together.
No,
Yeah,
me and
Ron's been
Opie
trying.
patched everything up. We're like old girlfriends. We did a couple skate the other night.
Did we ever have a problem?
I know. What was there to patch up?
Just every time I talk to Richard Vance, he's like, "You got to talk to Opie, Jay. You have to mend this fence. You got to mend the fence."
That's what Ronnie does.
I love Jay.
What?
I've never had a problem with Jay
I
Moore.
love you. What comic are you talking about? It's making me nuts.
Vince Champ?
Yes.
Oh, what a douchebag black comic name that is. You know what? It could only be worse if it was Vince Champ III.
Probably was.
Oh, they are awful. Have you ever noticed how goofy white people are? They're so silly.
When you rape them.
You ever notice how a white woman cries when her face is being kicked in?
Oh, yeah. They're hilarious. The only white people that talk the way black comics make white people sound is Bryant Gumbel. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm a white guy. Really? Are you, Greg Gumbel? Fucking black guy?
And they do the walk.
Yeah, and if the white man's holding you back, wouldn't you give me a scarier voice than that?
Yeah.
Like,
How does a white man hold back black people? By talking like this.
Yeah, we kind of laugh at that.
Hi, honey. Honey, I'm home.
That's the guy that's fucking keeping you from getting the corner office, the retarded guy that can't walk. Jesus Christ, you fucking ignorant black asshole. Make me sound like a pirate or something spooky.
Yeah, that is a
Give you the promotion.
that is a great observation. They do have the worst imitation of a white guy. We
Oh.
laugh at that.
We're completely accurate on our
absolutely.
imitations of black people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I never called to
Gents.
plug. May I plug something?
Please.
Yes, please.
Jimmy, where are you going to be?
I have no gigs, but Jay,
We got Greg Giraldo in the
is here,
studio.
and he's doing
Oh, hi,
Gotham this
Greg.
weekend.
Hey, Jay, how you been?
I'm very well. I haven't seen you since Tough Crowd.
Yeah, I haven't
We
seen
need
you
to get
since...
you. Greg needs to be on television. The guy's just good for the eyeballs. He's just easy on the eyes.
Oh, well, look at you.
Oh, hey.
Listen, all that Vince Champ talk's got me going a little bit, too.
That's nice.
Yeah, like there's never, Greg Giraldo's never going to bother you. You're never like, ugh, this guy. It's always just like, oh, Greg's on good.
Unless you're Carrot Top. Apparently Carrot Top doesn't like Greg.
Yeah, you need to talk to my wife.
Carrot Top's the orange Hulk. Carrot Top is Hulk. Are you laughing at Hulk or his wife?
Orange Hulk.
Orange.
He looks like the Hulk with jaundice. Hey, I have a webisode up on foxsports.com. I figured all the whack bags could go and comment on, make fun of me and my wife, because me and my wife put football picks on it.
That's what they do.
I heard that they're hilarious, actually.
Yeah, they're really
Good
funny.
job with that.
I will say this. They're pretty damn funny. Hey, how about OJ getting arrested with man boobs?
Wow, he is 60, though.
Oh, I don't care if he's 60. He's like Jim Brown, too. He's not Jim Brown the third, but he's Jim Brown, too. You don't do the perp walk with fucking man boobs. And he goes,
You notice it?
hey, I like what OJ said, what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah, it's all like you. You're going to be there for a long time, you fucking dope. Hi, everybody. I'm OJ Simpson. How are you, fella? Hey, Jimmy, make sure you promote foxsports.com, okay?
That's all I talk about anyway. I'd be happy to. I heard your picks are very good.
I love you. And
Are you doing this?
Huh?
Are you doing this week's picks?
Hold on, I just went in a tunnel. Say it again.
Are you doing this week's picks?
Yeah, it's already up and running right now. You can pick it up right now.
That's what
my wife and I are playing. Whoever wins the pick, my wife is going to bring her actual Catholic school outfit out of storage, like the one she actually wore in high school. If I win, she has to wear it. But it's not like from a costume shop. It's like the actual one she wore when she was 16. And then, but if she wins, I have to wear it. But the joke's on her, because I'll come. Foxsports.com. See you guys later.
All right, Jay Moore,
everyone. Jay.
All right, boys. Bye, Ronnie.
See you, man.
Ronnie's still here, I think.
Down a long time ago.
Yeah, I figured you did, Ronnie.
It's hard to have two people on the phone with Jay on the phone.
He was a bit focused today. We like when Jay's focused.
I didn't.
It's very rare.
When he calls our show, I just fucking walk away for a while and let him scream stuff.
Very, very rare. What can we expect on the Ron and Fez show today?
Well, Fez hasn't slept in 2 days, so
Oh, Jesus Christ.
see how the stents hold up.
Wait, what happened?
Well, we'll see how his health is after not sleeping for 2 days.
Why isn't he sleeping now?
2 days.
A little contest to see if I could help everybody focus on the show. I wasn't happy with their focus level, so I had him stay up for a couple nights.
Oh, great.
That helps.
It's really going to do well in that little fucking cracker box you're in for a show.
It's really just killing time till the merger. I really think that none of
that's what we're all doing.
Yeah.
We are all just killing time until this merger happens or doesn't happen or whatever. What happened the other day? We lost power or something? Somebody cut through a power line over there?
Never have any worries about it. I don't care one way or the other. Whether I'm on the air or not on the air, doesn't matter.
You just go and do a show.
Talk the same way as I'm talking to you guys now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You're a professional. You're a consummate professional.
Well,
I think it's going to get
stealing money.
It's going to be. It's going to get interesting the next 3 months, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm going to pay very little attention to it and just ignore the whole thing.
God, I'm with you, man. You can't be bothered anymore and worry about this crap.
I just call Bob up and go, how much do they owe me? If they don't want to do anything else, they want me to leave, how much do they owe me right now?
God damn. That's the way to look at it. Because if this merger goes through, Mel Karmazin's going to be the head muckety-muck. Then you're going to have to deal with that.
My thing is to have zero ambition. That's exactly what I want just to not care about any of it.
Zero ambition.
Zero
I
ambition.
like that.
It's the same as the love for my kids. I expect nothing, and if anything comes up, it just seems really interesting, and I enjoy it.
All right there, Ronnie.
All right,
we'll
boys.
let you go and listen to Ron and Fez after us.
At noon.
You're on 202.
I check it out every day there, Ron.
Yeah, I'm glad I could tell the story of old Vince Champ, the serial rapist from the 90s.
And the funny part, I was saying before, is they kept showing us evening at the Improv set. Like, if you're on trial, the last thing you want is just that shitty set being representing you on television.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. All right, take care, boys.
All right, see you later.
Later, Ronnie.
There's no way
Ronnie
to keep
B.
you, no way to keep your street cred when fucking when fucking Bud Friedman and that stupid monocle is introing you.
Oh, the monocle.
Yeah.
All
Your
right.
set is so bad that even after being a serial rapist, you're still considered sort of soft and unintimidating. He's an unthreatening. Soft, unthreatening.
He's like Sinbad with rape.
Hey, this is Greg Giraldo. You can check out my site, greggiraldo.com, or at MySpace, or something like that.
Opie and Anthony.